6ix9ine.
Correct. 6ix9ine is probably the sweetest motherfucker
like,
that you can meet. Every time I see,
well, sweet is like he's probably a little fruity, but
he really did what he did though.
But I'm be real with you, like
he really was that gangster ass dude though.
Yeah, they say, but from what I seen, he's not no gangster, bro. Whatever, dog. He was affiliated with Bloods and Crips.
Right.
Because you know who he was? He was the boy that used to record them.
I know.
From his days of recording them, he learned how to talk like them.
He was riding skateboards.
He learned how to move like them.
Yeah.
And he learned the game from them. Understandable. Props to you, bro. Real talk. Like, props to you for real.
Okay.
He learned from that.
Right.
He learned from that, and he made something out of it.
But he was an actual blood though.
Not an actual blood.
He was an actual blood.
Not a blood.
I promise you, he was an actual blood. Listen, he was an actual blood.
He's not a blood.
He was an actual blood.
No, he's a blood on social media, bro. Aside from social media, that man is nowhere near a blood.
All right, maybe he was a different blood, but he was an actual blood.
It's either you a blood or you're not a blood. Bloods don't snitch, bro. I don't care what anybody say. I don't care if you did it because
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna talk about.
There's code to that.
Reality. There's definitely code. He should have been hit up. I get it.
Code. All right. You have family members. We're not gonna specify who.
Yeah, all right.
In gang culture, you telling me
I got them in all gangs. I understand
my point,
and I know what you're talking about.
Especially Bloods. You telling me they snitch, they rat? You think they get away with that?
But they well, for what I know about him, I'm talking about. I know why he snitched, and does it give any reason why?
I'm not saying it wasn't valid.
Okay.
Why he snitched?
Now this is the way I see it. Okay. Now listen to me for a quick second and listen to the way I see it. We out there, we really shooting motherfuckers. We doing our thing, right?
Right.
We get caught up. 2 of my niggas snitch on my squad, right? But maybe believe I'm 6ix9ine, right? They try to put things on me, right? But I come up and I say, hold up, but I didn't commit that crime. So why am I getting charged for that crime, right? I'm looking at 40 years to life while these niggas are snitching on me.
Right.
Now, I got to do that. All right, I won't snitch. I do the 40 years, nigga. Now my whole career is over, right? My whole career is over. All right? Now, you fucking my wife. You getting all the paper because I'm not getting no paper in jail. Yeah. I'm done. I'm going to do the 40 years not to snitch.
Yeah.
Not to snitch on something that I didn't do. But I'm looking at 40 years. I wasn't there for that. But since I'm affiliated with the Bloods, right. Listen. Yes, he was. He's affiliated.
Who's he protected by?
He was protected by Bloods.
He was protected by the government. He was not protected by no.
All right, he was protected by the government
he was in
afterwards.
Custody.
Correct.
For a man that's in gang,
correct.
You don't need to be in protective custody.
All right.
You
should have been gang. Right.
Especially
I get it.
If you big B, bro, you don't need to be in protective custody. Once you set foot in that jail cell, you have say so.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm trying to give you on a piece of what he was saying.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, nobody
saying why
who's gonna do 40 years for me?
All right, but that's something that you want to be a blood, right? You claiming Bloods, then that's what you got to do. You got to ride in and out. That's it, blood in, blood out.
I get it.
You can't say you blood and
now what I can tell you is he was affiliated. He was affiliated with the Bloods,
but he was not.
But he also he became a blood.
It's not a blood.
The whole time he was with the Bloods, he became a blood. Heck, it wasn't he was hanging with the Bloods. He became a blood. Lewis, listen to what I'm saying. He became a blood.
I don't know.
For sure. Now, if your life is always
is he still blood now?
If your life is always, he still got blood to protect him. Why?
True.
Because of the money.
Because of the money, bro.
Right?
That's far. So if he didn't have any of that money, you think that man would have been dead, bro?
I get it.
He would have been shot.
I understand,
up,
but when you got feds behind you, nobody fucking with you.
That's crazy.
Nobody fucking with you. And you'd be amazed who be the closest to you who's a fed. Right?
Right.
Because I'm gonna give you another sample on that.
True. They got some good.
I'm gonna give you another. I'm gonna give you. Yo, listen. I'm gonna give you another sample on that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm gonna give you another sample. This happened, right? On live. You know how you go to court?
Yeah.
All right, you go to court and you got your lawyer, you got your public defender, you got the person that types, you got the judge.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Yeah,
look how
talking
close.
about like on those Zoom calls. And
Yeah. Check this out. So this is gonna be crazy. Check this out. I'm gonna be quiet on this one. Let it ride out. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quiet on this one. I'm gonna let it ride out. All right. This is what I'm gonna do for you. This is how close people are to you. You don't even know. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to you firsthand. Here we go.
So you're Damian Romero?
Yes.
Mr. Romero, you're currently charged with unlawful use of a weapon. There'll be a finding of probable cause to detain.
Your Honor, officers were traveling westbound with their emergency equipment activated when the defendant nearly struck the officers with the defendant's vehicle. Officers then curbed the defendant's vehicle. The defendant did not have a driver's license that was active, asked the defendant out of the vehicle, conducted a protective pat-down, then recovered a loaded firearm from the defendant.
Excuse me.
Just watch how
I
fast he
didn't get to
gets
talk
off.
to my
Watch how fast he
PD
gets off
and
on
tell him
this.
that
Here are
I'm
the
a federal
charges.
informant and I done bought 13
Now,
firearms.
hold
Sir,
on.
sir.
Sir, this is being live doing YouTube. Don't make comments like that. So you're getting an I-bond, but you're going to be on electronic home monitor. You got to stay in the house.
I won't be able to post bond. That's not optional.
No.
It's because I work and I don't know how my movement and everything.
I'll give you permission to work, but you got to stay in the house.
Okay.
Permitted.
So what do you think about that?
this man.
What you think about that?
So he was a Fed.
He was working with the feds.
Okay, so
they cast this man.
He's not a Fed. He was working with the Fed.
Nigga, he's an informant. That's it. You're a Fed.
Right.
You're an informant. That's it.
You work for the Feds.
You don't. A lot of people I ain't furious about this because you don't know who you hanging with, right? I mean, if you out there doing dirt, right? If you out there doing dirt,
if
right?
you affiliated with people, bro, you
Check
don't
this
have
out.
people that's like informants and stuff that you don't know.
Yo, he sat there and bought 13 guns. The cops try to pull this man over. He tries to run over a cop. Then he gets into it with the police, hits a police cop car, all right? Then they find the weapons on him. Now he's getting charged with all this, but they let him go. They let him go home on bail, and they let the man work. He's a Fed.
Yeah.
He is a Fed. I can't believe what this world's going through, bro. Like, what the fuck?
That's
Yo,
crazy.
Is that what it takes for you to be a Fed? So that's exactly what 6ix9ine is.
He got away with all the charges, basically.
You didn't see?
So
He got away with that
So you're saying that 6ix9ine he's an informant?
Once you're a snitch, you're an informant. That's why people they ain't trying to do nothing because they know
like,
listen,
how,
they know
how
if
can
they
you be
do
a
something
blood
to him
and an informant at the same
check
time.
it out. No, I mean Bloods probably don't fuck with him. All right,
But they protect him because it's money, right?
But look,
Ain't your brother.
do I got a problem with 6ix9ine?
Everybody got a problem with
I had a problem that you snitch, but not calling myself a snitch. But are you willing, even if you see that, you willing to do 40 years for something you didn't do?
Well, I'm gonna give you the
willing to do
logical
something?
answer.
No,
right?
no.
So if all right, look,
No.
first and foremost,
You go to court, they say you did it
all
because
right,
you're
hear me out,
affiliated with them.
hear me out. First and foremost, I wouldn't put myself in that situation.
You can't say that.
But we know that. So we're saying hypothetically, I was in that court.
Right.
Like I said before, I'm not saying that why he snitched wasn't valid. It was absolutely valid. And I say that because if I was in that situation, I would absolutely do the same thing. But at the end of the day, bro, if I do that, why are you still trying to come back on the cameras and act like you this real tough blood and you're not? You can't sit there and say,
I mean, he got a lot. He got a lot.
Yeah, I snitched, but you ever realize that when you see the other podcasts that he's on, that he always got to ask somebody else, he got to compare himself to somebody else?
Yeah. He always does that stupid shit, which is stupid.
He always tries to, and it sounds so valid when he says it. Yeah, so I'm a snitch, but or you know, I have bodyguards with me. You know what I'm saying? But why you think they pop smoke? Why you think he got killed? Because he ain't had no bodyguard.
All right,
bro.
All right, but I get it.
You comparing yourself to other artists that end up dead because of how they move. Pop Smoke ain't never snitched on nobody. All the other artists that he compared himself to, they ain't never snitched on nobody. They died.
You right. You right.
They live by the street code. That's it.
You
You
right.
live and you die by the sword, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
You wasn't willing to die by the sword.
So what I'm asking you right now, what I'm asking you is,
Yeah.
you hanging out with a bunch of niggas. Me with a bunch of motherfucking, it don't matter who it is, Tom, Dick, and Harry, whatever.
Yeah.
Those Tom, Dick, and Harry, all because they down with my squad, they go do a crime.
Yeah.
I'm not with them.
Yeah.
But since I hang out with them, when they did this crime, I wasn't with them. But now they looking at me because I hang out with them. Now we all getting charged for it, nigga. They looking at you like you doing 40 years.
All right. All right.
So you die by the sword, right? So you're gonna do 40 years for something you didn't do? That's the
It's
case.
either you do that.
That's the case.
It's
That's the
either
case.
you do that, or when you get out of jail, you always gonna have to look behind yourself.
All right,
you can have all the money in the world.
But let me ask you another
let
question.
me ask you a question. Like,
no,
before
wait,
you
hold
say
on,
that-
hold up.
No, no,
I didn't
before you
finish.
say that,
I
before you say
didn't
that.
finish. I didn't finish. Right?
All right.
And then you state your opinion, right?
Yeah.
Not only did you do the 40 years, nigga, you lost your career. Now you no longer getting money.
Right.
You got a baby mama out there with a kid. You got your own kid out there now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you doing 40 years because that's 40 years. That's a 4-0, nigga. There's no chance of you getting out of that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For something you didn't do.
That's something.
Now, this nigga was out there. Yo, heck.
He did.
State your opinion. State your opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah. Look. Once again, he chose to snitch because he wanted to get out. He didn't want to do the jail time, or he didn't want to do the full.
But he don't want. He didn't. No, he
was
didn't.
trying to offer.
He didn't. Let's get in. Let's not get it messed up. He didn't want to do the jail time. That wasn't him.
Right. But if you're affiliated, you did it. That's it.
Right.
I don't care if you didn't do it
Right.
by hand or physically.
Okay.
Whatever you did, if you're affiliated and you claim in blood,
All right.
then you
How
did
about?
it.
How about?
I don't
we,
care.
How about?
That's like being
all right.
inside a car in a shootout, but you didn't shoot the people.
Okay.
But you're in the same car.
Right.
You're affiliated. You did it. You were
Okay.
part of the crime.
Let's take out the blood. Let's take out any gang member.
Forget. All right. So
All right.
gangs. Yeah.
Me and you hanging out. I go about my business. You go about your business.
Yeah.
But the cops been watching us because I'm with that group, right?
Right.
I go about my business.
Yeah.
All right. You go about your business. You go do a crime.
Yeah.
But since I'm hanging out with you the next day, I'm involved in that crime. But I'm not with you when you did that crime. But I got to look at 40 years.
But they only did that because it was a gang.
Right.
Only reason
I know.
why. So if we're not talking about gang, then they can't do that.
Now let me explain. His charges were real. His charges was because he did do shootouts. He did shot at motherfuckers.
Exactly.
He did do that.
Exactly.
But he was willing to take the blame for that.
Okay.
But what they were charging him with wasn't him. You think that's fair? You think that's fair to yo, I take the charges
It's
for
fair.
what I done.
Yeah.
But
I take the charges,
you
bro.
added another 40 years to my shit because I was affiliated with
He didn't even
blood.
do 40 years. That's crazy.
No, he did. He got out, nigga.
He got out.
What you talking about?
Of course
He got
he
out.
did.
That nigga
Of course
admit
he
he was
did.
in PC. He sat there and said, "Yo, nigga."
So that end
I
of the
would
day,
do-
bro, you truly,
I would do-
You truly didn't really even take your time like a man, bro.
No,
Let's-
absolutely
let's be
not.
honest.
He
You didn't
was
take your
chilling with
time
an
like a man.
iPad. He was chilling with an
Of course he was.
iPad.
He spoiled you.
And he was chilling with an
Bro,
iPad.
hey, at the end of the day, bro, ain't nothing about you a man, bro. Ain't nothing about you, man. You want to lose your soul because you want to be part of this rat race, bro. That's it.
I
If
get it.
I'm in that predicament, I'm gonna tell you like how it is. I'm gonna take the charges like a man. And
But-
then in that time
but take
when
the
I'm
charges
in jail,
is yours.
And exactly, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna take the charges whether if it's mine or not. I'm gonna take the charges like a man. And in that time while I'm in jail, I'm gonna regain my soul back. I'm gonna learn a whole bunch of knowledge, and I'm gonna get out the game. And
Nigga,
I
that's
don't.
even if you get out, that's 40 years.
And if I don't get out, it is what it is.
You're gonna be jail mentality. That's it. You come out. Nobody. You will never. You done.
You reap what you sow,
You're
bro.
gonna be a felon for the rest of your life. Nobody's gonna want you in this world.
That's cool. At the end of the day, I'd rather be that than always to look behind my shoulder the rest of my life. Because
All
at
right.
the end of the day, like I said, he will not have that much amount of money in time. How much, bro? That's what's keeping him up right now is money.
All right, but
what you
all
gonna
right,
do
he
when that
would've never
money
had
runs
that-
out?
he would've never
and
had-
the next artist does what you do.
All right,
and nobody
but he
wanna
would
hear
have
from you
never
no more.
had that money if see what I'm talking about. He would have never had that money.
That's borrowed money. I'm telling you, that's borrowed money.
All right,
That is borrowed. That's not his
but
money. That's borrowed.
no,
money.
he got money. He got money.
That's borrowed
6ix9ine
money.
got money. Now, what I'm gonna say is this.
He has a
I
net worth. Wait, he has a net worth.
Yeah.
Net worth is different from the actual money that you have.
All right. Look, I'm
The
gonna.
network is
all right,
what you-
We're gonna get
is-
off.
is-
We're gonna
is-
get
is
off.
the
We're gonna get
value.
off this. We're gonna get off this subject. I'm gonna tell you why. I still wouldn't mind him on my podcast. All right. And explain yourself, right? But you already been explaining yourself for other podcasts. And like I said, it's not for the fame. Fuck the fame. It's just I want to see it from the point of our view, right?
Yeah.
And all that good stuff. And if I got to do, knowing I got y'all, my beautiful kids out here and my wife, and I'm making money, and somebody sits there and say that I got to do 40 years for something I didn't done, I'm not doing that.
But what about the other stuff that you done?
I'm not doing that. And the other stuff that I paid for then.
But he didn't do that. That's what I was trying to get at.
No, he got charges for that. They got videos. They got they got videos of him busting at him personally.
But if you're a PC with an iPad, you're not truly taking your child.
Oh, of course, because he already done snitched. The government wants him alive. They want the rest of them.
All right, so now you out. What happens now?
You gotta
People want you on a podcast.
gotta
they
always
use
watch
you
your
as
back.
Value.
Because one
Exactly
day
my point.
somebody gonna catch you slipping.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what I was trying to say the whole time, bro.
No,
Is that,
yeah,
but if you
definitely.
take the charge, look, if you take the charge or not, bro, it is what it is, bro. Whatever. Like by all means, you made your choice, bro. It is what it is. You in control of that. All right.
Correct.
I'm the one to say what's right or wrong, bro. To be honest, your life is your life. You come from different circumstances. You come from a different time. At the end of the day, what I know is that as a man, bro, your morals are already cut off. So I get that you have a family, you have a child,
Right.
but you chose the game over that.
You did. I understand
You
where you're coming
chose the
from.
game
I understand where you're
over
coming
your
from.
child, which means you chose money before yourself. And that's why the saying goes, it's better to rule yourself than to rule a city. Right now, 6ix9ine has the keys to the streets, if we're being honest.
Yeah. He's out
He
there.
rules New
He's out
York.
there. He's doing. Well, I'm not
Let's
gonna
be
say-
honest.
I'm not gonna say.
I'm not gonna say he rules
I'm not
New
gonna
York.
say he rules
all right?
New York,
But
definitely
let's be
not.
honest, bro. He's one
But
of
he's
the
on
biggest
there.
names in New York, right?
Definitely. Well, there's a lot of stuff that made his name low, but yeah.
At the end of the day, if someone have him on a podcast right now, wherever he goes, he's known regardless.
Yeah.
Whether
I mean,
it's
it's
bad
gonna-
rep or it's a good rep.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you haven't mastered yourself as a man within yourself. You got rid of all your morals. You sold your soul for $1.
All right.
For the dollar.
So what you telling me is that you know what you hear and you see, right?
I know what it is.
But
That's what it is.
you judging him.
I'm not
right?
judging. That's
I mean,
true.
you judged them, right?
It's not judge.
I judged
bro.
them too. I judged them.
All right.
Judged them. I don't
Well,
like
okay.
a person is this, but now
But if it's
there's
judge-
certain
all right.
boundaries
So-
too. You know what I'm saying?
so-
look, I'm not saying I'm
I
a
am
snitch.
judging.
I'm not saying I'm a
gonna-
snitch, but if it takes for me to do 40 years for something that I know I didn't do, you're my man's. That wasn't me.
Nah.
That wasn't me. But now he should have never
You
said
feel me?
names.
That's what I'm. Well, he had to.
But
You have to say names.
he
bro.
was in a predicament. And let
You gotta say names,
And
bro.
let me tell you, even if you are fed or dealing with people that snitch, and you in the industry for that,
Yeah.
you still ain't gonna live. Like, what you think? You only
Like
can get
that
away
don't
with
make
so
it
many
long,
things.
bro. Hey, I'm telling
You only could
people
get
like
away
that
with so
don't-
many things.
I'm telling you, people like that don't make it long.
That's right.
Has
Not
he
even
made
police.
it? He was at the top at one point in time.
He was.
No doubt. And like I said, I'll give you that. You was at the top. You came from the bottom, and you made something out of it.
Right.
But the person you became when you was inside the industry, you're not gonna come back.
No, he's totally different, yo. And then he even admits. Let's keep it 100, yo. There's a lot of stuff that's staged, bro, for the money.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not all this. That kid, yo. You know what I see when he's in other podcasts, bro?
What?
I see a humble ass dude, bro. I don't see this tough man. I don't see it.
I see someone who's still stuck in the industry, and in order to keep his name at value,
I
or
mean, you
keep
have to,
himself
though,
on
in the
top-
industry. You
well, yeah,
have to
you don't
keep
have a
it.
choice after that. But in order to keep your name at the top, bro, you want to stay around. You want to stay on social media platforms. You want to make yourself valid, bro. Let's be honest. If you really didn't care about what people think, then why you gotta go on these podcasts and telling reasons on why you snitched and why it's valid? Look,
Well,
if you
everybody's
snitch, bro,
asking them, though, right?
Of
Everybody's
course.
asking them. So,
Of
like,
course, but do you really, for someone whose name is that big out there, you got to answer to anybody? He does.
yeah, of course.
You got to answer to people. You know why?
You got to answer to the
because
whole.
you care
the
about
whole-
what people think about you.
Yeah.
Second, because you know what you did.
And you got
wasn't
fans
good,
out there.
bruh.
You got fans
You
out
got he got fans.
You got people like you got people
that-
young
that
kids that's
follow
telling
it.
you
Young
yo,
kids, bro.
how can you
But young kids wanna be like
how
it.
can you do this? I mean, with all the stuff that's going on and you snitching and the industry getting on you, and
man.
it's a lot of stuff. Like, how can you do this?
It's dark. It gets
but
real
you got
dark,
kids
bro.
that want to know how he do that. Like, how you cope with that? Sometimes you don't cope with it.
Bruh, people, look, the truth is, they use him. You just a puppet. You're a puppet
right,
in the
well,
industry.
look,
you
what
have a lot of money, that's cool. You have a lot of value inside the social media system, inside the algorithm. That's cool. But you're a puppet. People play you.
All right,
They use you.
I mean-
Gangs played you.
I mean,
50
if the puppet's
played
paying
you,
me, if the
50
puppet's
Cent?
paying me a good amount of fucking money, yo, we puppets now working where we work.
That's different.
No, it's not.
That's different.
It's the same shit. You got the industry.
If you see it like that, then that's how it is.
That's the way
thing
it is.
that I know many working men that still have their souls.
I mean,
that
yeah,
still
I
keep
get
their
it. I
morals.
get with the soul shit
That
but-
haven't changed.
And
But
that's
that's-
but
that's
we all
what it
working.
is,
We all
bruh, internally.
we all working puppets. That's just plain. That's just the way.
And you're right when it comes to that part, but if you
Yeah.
see it like that, then that's what it is. There's a difference. When I say you're a puppet, is that money is holding you right now.
Well, money holds
Who are you
everything.
without-
Money rules the world, and that's a fact.
Money rules the world, but it doesn't have to rule a human being.
It does, though.
No, it doesn't.
This whole world rules on money. You're a human being. What are you talking about? I think you should rephrase that.
Nah, I think that's why most people don't have money. It's because they value it like that.
Okay, so then you will go starving.
Nah.
For what?
I'm not saying not to get money.
Well, but
I'm not
money
saying,
rules the world.
But what I'm saying is, if everything to you is just a dollar bill,
Everything is a dollar bill.
but what I'm saying is like don't allow it to change you is what I'm saying as a person. And look, I'm gonna be real with you. It's easy for me to say that, but if I have a lot of money, at least I will know I still have to be the same person.
What I say is if I
That's
have a
what
lot of
most
money, I'm not going to be a
people
dick.
do.
I'm not going to be a dick, bro. I'm going to still be me, humble as hell.
How many
cool,
people dirt-
tell you if you're wrong or not, and that's
How many
it.
people dirt Jay-Z's name?
Oh, man, that was plenty.
How many?
Plenty.
Does that man cut his hair? Does he wear the most expensive clothing?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't cut his hair.
He did back then.
Back then, I'm talking about now.
No.
He has the most money now.
Yeah, he does.
He owns a Rockefeller fortune.
Yeah, he does, and I think he owns a basketball team too.
He owns all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
But you don't see him on podcasts explaining himself. You know what he does? He
yeah,
actually motivates people. He comes out with inspirational quotes, with inspirational videos. And no
And I
matter
think-
how
I
much
think-
people dirt his name,
and I think-
talking about he's like the devil,
Yeah.
he's Satan himself. All this man's trying to do, he has all the money. He literally has all the money in the world.
All right, so you know about the Illuminati then, right?
I think how people see I think the Illuminati is real.
Yeah, he's part of the Illuminati.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's giving wealth.
All right. I mean,
He's
I
giving
think,
wealth.
I think you're entitled to do
he's
that when
giving
you're an
wisdom.
artist like that.
Well, I think it's also a choice too.
It's not.
Because
it's not.
it's a
when
choice.
you're under a contract, it's on the contract. You have to
Nah,
give.
that's false because you have people like YNW Melly, all these new artists, all these mumble rap artists coming
Yeah.
out now. Do you see them talking about anything inspirational?
Nah. And that's why
So,
they ain't
once
as big
again-
as these artists you're talking about right now.
But an artist is an artist. If you're in the industry, you're making a lot of money.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter if you get
making
fast
some
or
money,
long,
not all the time.
because some of it is borrowed money.
Correct, correct.
Now, the biggest artists that made it to the top, some of them still don't give you like the wisdom that most people need, that most of the youth need now these days.
Yeah.
The reason why I mentioned Jay-Z is because he's super big. You feel me? He's a very known artist.
Yeah.
You know, but because of the money and wealth he was able to achieve over the time and years, people dirt his name. But let's be honest, bro, what this life is based off of everybody else's opinion. Like me, I just made an opinion on 6ix9ine, but I don't really know how he is in person. Maybe he's just like that behind the camera.
I mean, we all got opinions. We could make them.
Exactly.
Why not?
But usually you could be able to tell a good person.
But you also made a
Good
opinion about the
a good person that has a spirit. So what I'm trying to say is there's nothing wrong with having somebody on the podcast, but it also depends on the intention behind why you having that person on the podcast.
Correct.
I think
correct. I think
someone
everybody
that-
got a sweet side to him. That's what I think. I think
so-
different.
so
I think
I-
everybody got a sweet side to him. A sweet side is
I
like, you know,
wouldn't say
humbleness.
everybody.
Humbleness.
But I do think a lot of people do have a certain side to them that maybe they don't show. But I think once you're behind a camera and you don't show that, then that means that you feel like you have to act like a different person.
Nah,
which means that
yeah.
in general, you're not a real person.
Well, my
if
thing
you're not being you on the camera and outside the camera, then you're not being you. You're not
I can
a
name
real
a beast.
person.
I can name a beast right now. There's not really a beast.
Oh,
Mike Tyson,
but he shows that part on camera too.
but not now on his podcast all the
Does
time.
show that on the podcast.
I mean,
Oh,
he
you
shows
talking about the beast
sometimes when he
like
feels some type of way, but that's him being straight though. I think.
I mean, he's very humble now.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I don't think that beast will ever leave him.
It definitely,
people
it
see-
definitely
but the
won't, but
beast
he's a
that-
humble ass dude though.
But the beast that people see is really trauma.
Correct.
It's just
correct,
trauma.
Correct.
It's trauma, and now he just knows how to contain it better. You feel me?
Right.
And some people don't know how to do that. That's why we've been talking about these other artists and just people inside the industry, period.
In the industry. Look at Will Smith. Will
Some
Smith
people
is going,
really
you know,
aren't humble. Do some people make mistakes? Do they make choices that lead them down a really bad path? Yes. Can you get up from that? Absolutely, you can. I don't care who says you can't. You can. But I think it gets to a point in time where it's like you come to a crossroads.
Yeah.
And that's where the difference. That's the path you choose, and that's what determines the type of character you are.
Right.
That's what determines whether if you're willing to keep your soul or not, or your morale. It's just overall being a good character, and even if you had your bad times, like Mike Tyson, like you said, man, that man was coked up at one point in time.
Oh no, all the time.
That man did drugs. He was smashing like
all the time.
he was smashing strippers and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
But it didn't change the fact that overall, internally he's a good person and he wants to be a good person. And the podcast that he comes out with now, I think it's good for the youth to listen, and so they can understand the perspective or the point of view of a person that came from different times,
Right.
and that's willing to change and gives out wisdom and knowledge over the years that from the experiences that they've been through. But I think people like 6ix9ine or just anyone who's a lot more younger,
Yeah.
and that just got money real fast and really didn't like they got, it's like a get rich fast scheme type stuff.
Yeah.
And then they lose it, and then they lose themselves, and then when they
I
find
feel you,
themselves
I feel
in a real hard place, I think 6ix9ine realized that when he went to jail, he realized that there really was nobody by his side. So
Yeah.
I think that's the
but
part
he
of him
didn't-
that's humble, and that's
yeah.
the part of him that maybe
There was nobody by
if
his side because he
hopefully,
went to
God
some
willing,
bullshit
one
ass
day-
jail.
Yeah, he did.
He was
But-
under the feds.
Yeah, you're right.
You never got to
Right,
experience
right.
jail. What you got to experience is an iPad. You could call
Well, that's-
whoever. You
and
got
that's
to
the
eat. They
point.
asked that nigga. They asked him, "Yo, you what you want to eat? McDonald's?"
But
whatever.
that's the point. That's where I was trying to get at. What I was trying to say is,
Yeah.
bro, you have a rep in the streets, but when it comes down to the actual situation, bro, like I know people, you definitely know people that are really going through that, and they're not behind the screens. You don't
right,
see them
right.
on the
No,
screen.
I know.
They real bloods, like real Latin Kings, real Crips. That they just gangs overall, not
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
gangs. People who are affiliated in gangs that has to do that time.
Yeah.
Cause they can't go back. You feel me? They can't look up. They don't have nobody.
Look,
I think 6ix9ine was a different scenario, and someone like that shouldn't be speaking for the youth.